Dear students, today we shall study the 10th standard geometry chapter circles. Students, so in this chapter we are going to learn the following concepts. The concepts are introduction to the circles. So second concept is tangent to a circle. Third one is number of tangents from a point on a circle. Fourth one, theorems on the circles. And lastly, we are going to simplify or solve the exercise problems related to the circles. Students, so before going to study the chapter circle, so we are already studied it in the previous class, that is in the 9th standard, some basic concepts of the circle. So we shall recall them. They are some of the important terms. So they are the definition of the circle, center of the circle, radius of the circle, chord, diameter, arc, major arc, minor arc, semicircle, segment, minor segment, major segment, tangent and secant, which we have studied in the previous classes. Students, we have seen many number of items or materials in our day-to-day life which are in the form of circle. So circle. So this is an example for the circle. And similarly, the coins we are going to use, they are in the shape of circle. Some of these weights, so which are also in the form of circle. Bangles and the glasses of watch, so all are in the form of circles. Now we shall see one by one. So the important terms which we have to know to simplify the problems and to prove the circle. So see, first one is definition of the circle. Circle means, say circle, it is a collection. So it is a collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. So it is a collection of all the points from a fixed point. So from a fixed point. So it is a collection of all points on the plane from a fixed point with a constant distance. Let us see the circle by drawing any point on the plane. So I will take O as a point on the plane. So with some distance, I will draw a circle. So observe here, students. So O is a fixed point. So O is a fixed point, and the curve which is drawing is a path, or we call it as a path. So path of the point circle. In this circle, we are going to mark a fixed point as the center of the circle. Center of the circle. Students, center of the circle is, it is a fixed point. From the definition, is a fixed point. A fixed point is called as the center of the circle. So therefore, O is a center of circle. Or you can give any alphabetical name for the center of the circle. Generally, so we will give O to the center of the circle. So next important point is the radius of the circle. Radius. Students, so if you draw a line segment, from the center to the point on the circumference of the circle. So if you draw a line segment from center to the point on the circumference of the circle. So you can draw anywhere on the point of the circumference of the circle. Call this as P point, this as Q. So therefore, the radius. So this is called as radius R. Radius of the circle means it is the distance. Between the center of the circle and the point on the circumference of a circle. So it is called as radius. So in the figure, so OP is the radius and OQ is also a radius. So in generally, radius is represented by the letter R. So in a circle, students, we can draw. Here we have drawn two radii. So we can draw many radii in the circle. So therefore, radius is defined as it is the line segment. Drawn from a fixed point to the point on the circumference of a circle. So it is represented by, or it is denoted by R, the letter R. So in a circle, you can draw many radius. The next important term of the circle is chord. Students, chord means if you join 2 points, any 2 points on the circumference of a circle. So now observe students, I am joining the 2 points x and y on this circle. So therefore xy, the line segment, the xy is called as chord. Similarly, we can draw another chord by joining any 2 points on the circumference of the circle AB. So, in this diagram, AB. So, AB is a chord, XY is a chord. Similarly, we can draw many chords on the circle. This is called as chord. So therefore, chord means it is a line segment. It is a line segment which joins any two distinct points on the circumference of a circle. It is a line segment which joins any two distinct, that means different distinct points on the circumference of the circle. So if you join x and y, A and B, or x and Q, or B and P, it will called as the chord. So here in figure AB and XY are called as the chords. So the next important term is diameter. Student, already we know the definition of the chord. So if we go on drawing the chord, it will, one of the chord will pass through the center of the circle. So one of the chord is passed through the center of the circle. That chord is called as, that chord which passes through the center is called as diameter. So in the figure, the Q is called as diameter. PQ is called as diameter. Whereas XY, AB are called as chord. PQ is also a chord, but it will be named as diameter because diameter is also a chord which passes through the center of the circle. So in the diagram, so we can draw many number of diameters. So here I am joining the point Y with the point on the circumference of the circle. Call it as an C. CY is also called as a diameter because this is a chord which passes through the point O. CY is a diameter. Similarly, EQ is a diameter. Similarly, if you join so X and the point name as D and X. So this is also a chord which passes through the center of the circle. Dx or xd is also called as diameter. So definition: diameter means the chord which passes through the center of a circle is called as diameter. So in the diagram, in the figure, figure PQ, CY, so XD or DX and DX or diameters. So I think you have cleared about the term radius or diameter. Center means the fixed point is called as the center of the circle. Radius means the line which joins the center and a point on the circumference of a circle. So from figure, so once again, OP, OC, OD, OQ, OY, OX are all called as radii of the given circle. So radii is a plural form of radius. So radius means already you know that. So it is the line joining the point from fixed point to the point and the circumference of a circle. So another term is chord. Chord means it is a line segment which joins any 2 points on the circumference of a circle. So it is a line segment which joins any 2 points on the circumference of a circle. So in the diagram, XY is a chord, AB is a chord, PQ is a chord, CY is a chord, DX is a chord. We can draw many number of chords in the circle. Similarly, we can draw many number of radius. So in the next, we have seen diameter. So diameter is also a chord. Diameter is also a chord, but the chord which passes through the center of the circle. So that means which passes through the point O is called as the diameter of the circle. So in the figure, if you observe, xy is a chord which is outside the point O. AB is also a chord, but it is outside the point O. So in case of chord PQ, it is called as chord PQ is called as diameter because this chord passing through the point O. Similarly, CY is also a chord, but this is called as diameter because it passes through the point O, center of the circle. Similarly, DX is also called as diameter. So I think you have cleared about the center of the circle, radius of the circle, chord of the circle, diameter of the circle. Students, now we shall see the relationship between the radius and the diameter of a circle. So in the figure, already you know that what is the radius and what is the diameter. The line segment which joins the center of the circle and a point on the circumference of the circle is called as radius. Here, OA is called as radius. Similarly, and also we know the definition of the diameter. So diameter is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. Which passes through the center of the circle. So that means I have joined both the points A and B on the circumference of a circle, whereas O is the center of the circle. So if you observe this BA or AB, B and O, by the definition, B and O, that means or OB is called as radius, it is represented by R. It is represented by R. Similarly, OA is also called as radius. But BA is a diameter because it is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. So therefore, diameter BA or AB, BA equals, we are going to add both the radius. So BO plus OA. O plus OA. BO is nothing but R plus OA is nothing but R, that is radius. So therefore, diameter BA equals R plus R to R. Where BA is the diameter, it is represented by D. D equals to R. So this is the relationship between the diameter of a circle and the radius of the circle. So that means D equals to R. Diameter is always twice the radius. Diameter is always twice the radius. Or we can write this also in the other form, R equals. So if we cross multiply this 2 to the left side, it will become r equals d by 2. So this is also the relationship between the diameter and the radius. Diameter is twice of the radius, or we can say that radius is always half of the diameter. So this is the simple relation between the diameter and the radius of the circle. So students, now we shall see the other term arc. Arc. So arc means, already we know the definition of the chord. So if you draw the chord, students, if you draw the chord, observe here. So here it is a O is the center of the circle. Draw a chord by joining any 2 points on the circumference of the circle. You can name any alphabets. Arc means if you draw a chord, this chord divides the circumference of the circle into 2 parts. Divides this diameter. Sorry, this chord divides the circumference of the circle into 2 parts. So that is, so here is this one part and also is this part. So these parts, part of a circle is called as an arc. Part of a arc, it is a part of a circle. So we can write arc is a part of a circle. Part of a circle. In this arc, there are 2 types of them. So first one is major arc. Major arc. So major arc means if you draw a chord, this chord divides the circle into 2 parts. So first one is, observe here, this is the larger part of the circle. This is called as the larger part of the circle. Students, observe here. So this larger part is called as major arc. Chord divides the circle into 2 parts. 2 parts. One is larger part, another is smaller part. Smaller part. So in that 2 parts, the larger part is called major arc. Is called, the larger part is called as major arc, and the smaller part smaller part is called minor arc. Is called as minor arc. So I think you have understand the definition of the arc, minor arc and major arc of the circle. Students, now we shall see the next term, segment. Segment means, so it is the area bounded by, the arc and the chord. Segment means it is the area, that means it is the area which is bounded or which is covered. The area bounded by an arc and the chord. Arc and the chord is called as segment. This is one segment. So this is also another segment. This is also another segment. Therefore, segment means it is the region or area. It is the region bounded by arc and the chord. Arc and the chord. This part is called as, this part and this part both are called as segments. These are called as segments. Students, if you observe, so is there any difference between this segment, so below this segment and above the segment? Yes, there is a lot of differences there. So this area is very smaller area bounded. So here it is larger area is bounded. Therefore, the smaller area, that means this part, especially this part is called as, minor segment. Minor segment. So and this part is called as major segment. Major segment. I think you have clear about the definition of minor segment and major segment. Minor segment means it is the region bounded by or covered by the chord and the smaller arc. It is the region covered or bounded by the smaller chord and the chord. Therefore, arc minor arc means it is the region bounded by chord and smaller arc. major arc means above region. So it is the region bounded by the chord and the larger arc. Larger arc. So I think you have clear about the segment. Here it is minor segment. Minor segment. So here it is major segment. Major segment. Segment is the region bounded by arc and the chord. So minor segment means it is a region bounded by the chord and the smaller arc. So major segment means it is a region bounded by the chord and the larger arc. Okay. Students, now if you observe this diagram, so in this diagram, O is a circle with center. So it is a circle with center O. So if you observe these line segment XY, so here I have used the same name for the line segment XY. If you observe this line segment from the center, so here it is in figure. So in the first line segment, it is far away from the center of the circle. So in the second second figure, the xy is where so small nearer to the or it is closer to the center, and the next third line segment is the same xy, which is from contact or which is pass through the point on the circumference of the circle. So in the next fourth line segment, so it will passes through the two different or two distinct points on the circumference of the circle. Students, observe clearly the same line segment xy is going on nearer to the center of the circle. So, if you observe the same line segment which passes through the point on a circumference of a circle, or if a line segment which touches the circle only at one point, I will call this as P. So here xy is called as a line segment. Here also xy is called as a line segment, but here the xy is called as tangent. It is called as tangent because tangent means it is a line segment which passes through a point on the circumference of a circle, or in another words, so tangent is a line segment which touches the circle at a point on the circumference of the circle. So whereas in case of this xy, here the xy is called as secant. It is called as secant. The same line segments. So here it is called as xy because this line segment intersects the circle at two different points or two distinct points. Therefore, students, try to understand this. Here the xy is called as a line segment. Here also it is called as a line segment. But here it is called as a tangent because it passes through a point on a circumference of a circle, or it touches the point on the circumference of the circle. The same xy, here it is called as secant because it passes through two distinct points A and B on the circumference of a circle. So it is called as secant. So therefore, tangent means it is the line segment. It is a line segment that passes through a point on the circumference of a circle. Secant means it is the line segment that passes through two distinct points on the circumference of a circle. Students, in this class we have discussed about the important terms which are related to the circles. So one is the definition of the circle, center of the circle, radius of the circle, chord, diameter, arc, major arc, minor arc, so segment, minor segment, major segment, tangent and secant. So and another one is there semicircle. Another one is last one is there semicircle. Semicircle means, so if you draw a diameter, in a circle, diameter in a equal parts. Diameter divides the circle into two equal parts. So each part is called as semicircle. Semicircle. So I think you have understand the concept of semicircle. So diameter of the circle divides the circle into two equal parts. So each part is called as semicircle. Students, now you have to try to write down the difference between. So try to write down the difference between radii of the circle, diameter of the circle, major segment and minor segment, and tangent and the secant. So we shall see the theorems on the circles in the next part.